for the purpose of immobilizing this nation. And we're going to take the country back. And you mess with the rights of folks, you mess with the heart of our democracy.
The sit-ins had started in Greensboro, North Carolina at the lunch counters, and those were students our age, well-dressed, well-spoken, well-educated, and we were totally intrigued by these young people who were taking such bold steps and willing to be arrested.
By 1960, we were sitting in on a regular basis.
And I took my seat at the counter. I asked the waitress for a hamburger and a Coke.
I said, I'm sorry, our management does not allow us to serve niggers in here.
When we were sitting there, someone would come up and spit on us. We put a lighted cigarette out in our hair, down our backs, pour hot water, hot coffee, hot chocolate on us, beat us. And one day we heard that if we continued to sit in, they would arrest us. So on February 27, 1960, a group of us went downtown to sit in at the Woolworth lunch counter, and 89 of us were arrested and taken to jail. My first arrest. I felt free, I felt liberated. And to be very frank, I was very proud.
I could no longer be satisfied or go along with an evil system.
And Ella Baker, who was a woman of great prestige at the time, decided to convene the students. She got a check from Martin Luther King, the SCLC, to convene the students so they could talk to each other, to create communications, because this was all springing up.
And they formed SNCC there, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. She became kind of the mentor. She encouraged grassroots leadership. She encouraged people to think for themselves and not just blindly follow any leader.
You don't have to be the youth wing of SCLC and Dr. King. You can be your own organization.
SNCC evolved after SCLC. Ella Baker was the first director of SCLC.
She worked for him out of New York in the South and didn't like it because she was A woman, and B, not a preacher. King's immediate cohorts were all preachers, and she thought that they were windbags. And to some degree, she was right.
She had had a tremendous effect, I think, on Dr. King and his radical education. Dr. King was always more radical than anybody ever gave him credit for.
King himself, he was frustrated that his speeches and his approaches weren't getting anywhere. He was the only adult civil rights leader instantly who recognized the sit-ins as a breakthrough.
A young man by the name of Bob Moses who had gone out to meet with the SCLC people. They referred him to come to our office.
And when he came down here, there was nothing for him to do. Nobody had prepared for him to be here. There's no job for him at all. He's drifted toward the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
He went out to Southwest Mississippi. He came in contact with a lot of local indigenous people.
SNCC originally went to Mississippi when Bob Moses went to Mississippi to talk about moving people from Mississippi to participate in public accommodations. People like Amzie Moore and all those guys from World War II who were part of the NAACP said no. If we're gonna do anything that's worthwhile, particularly in Mississippi, we've gotta go for the vote.
That was the big fear of white folk, was the vote.
We know that it is not in human nature to be satisfied with little. More is wanted. And I'm the product of my heredity and education and the